Hey guys, it's that Dividend guy coming at you with another Robinhood portfolio update. Happy Wednesday. Hopefully everybody's having a GGD, a great green day in the market. You know I always wish the best for my viewers and subscribers. So guys, tonight we're going to go over the overall portfolio value, and we're going to look at the metrics, how we've been performing, as well as our buying power and our individual stocks, and see how they are performing and see if there are any deals within the portfolio, as well as let's take a look and see exactly what prices I want to be buying my watch list at. So guys, let's jump right in. So today we ended the day at $51,384.85 with a total gain during the market of $37.20. Overnight hours, we're up $93.61. So a small gain there. Then for that 1 week mark, guys, we're up $139.39, a 0.27% return. We're down $1,700 with a negative 3.31% return for the past month. Then we're in the green on that 3-month mark. We're up $960, up 1.9%. Then we're up $1,551, up 3.11% year to date. Then we're up $1,746.62, up 3.5% for that 1 year mark. And then, of course, all time, we are up $16,051.78 with a total return of 45.42% all time. Then we have a buying power of $463.87. So guys, right now I'm going to let that sit there. I want to see if there are going to be some deals within the portfolio, and I'm excited to allocate that capital, but I want to do it at prices that make sense for me. So jumping right into the portfolio, of course, we're starting off with that monthly dividend payer and realty income. Sitting at $54.18, it's up about 60 cents today. 170 shares, $9,200 worth of market value. Average cost is $65.03. 18% of the portfolio is in realty income. We're up $108 today, a 1.2% return. Total, we're still down $1,800 with a near 17% loss here on realty income. But guys, even though we're down, this is a great cost down average opportunity here. But I want to take a look and see if there are other options in the portfolio. I do really want to add Visa. I am leaning towards that. I'm just going to kind of give it a couple of days. I don't want to just throw all the money I have right now when it comes to free cash into realty income. It's already a pretty big position. It does bring in a lot of cash flow already. It's about $50 42 to $50 a month. So I'm okay with that level of cash flow, and I need to start allocating towards those positions that I want to be bigger, because the thing is, guys, Apple, Coca-Cola, and Visa are never going to be big positions if I don't allocate the capital towards them. So I do love realty income. I appreciate the dividend income that it brings in, and it is a good buying opportunity here. But I just want to see if there are better deals within the portfolio. Next, we have got Coca-Cola, which looks like it's up about 20 cents today. We have 15 shares of this wonderful company, $930 of market value. Average cost is $60.54. 1.83% of the portfolio is in Coca-Cola. Today we're up $3.45. Total, we're up nearly $22 with a 2.4% return. Now, guys, I do want to touch on something real quick. I've gotten a lot of hate for Coca-Cola stock. A lot of people don't like it. They say it only gains like 2% a year. It's not a high growth stock. There's no point in you owning it. Well, I understand that it might not be the highest growth stock, right? It's not going to grow as much as an Apple, a Facebook, an Nvidia, but that's okay. Guys, I am a very heavy Warren Buffett follower, right? I watch interviews with him all the time. I listen to Berkshire meetings. I've read The Snowball, The Making of the American Capitalist. I've read Buffettology. I've read a lot of books about him and his investing style. And the thing that really sticks with me and has really shaped me as an investor is investing in what you understand. Coca-Cola is a business that I can understand. I can wrap my head around it. So even though it doesn't get a huge uptick like, say, an Nvidia does, or even like a Netflix or something like that, I'm okay with taking a little bit less of a growth projection overall, because I understand the business. I use the products all the time. It's ingrained in my life. It's ingrained in millions of people's lives, not thousands, millions of people drink Coca-Cola every single day, and they have branding and pricing power. They can upcharge a bit more on their products because they have such a good brand. So, and they have a moat that's very sustainable, and they've proven it over 100 years throughout their business. So, guys, I understand that Coca-Cola might not be your favorite stock. It might not be the highest growth potential stock. I understand that. But when it comes to the fundamentals of the business, even though it may not be a huge growth driver, I would rather own Coca-Cola than Nvidia simply because I understand it. So I get that it might not be the best growth projection. It might not have the best year-over-year returns. I'm okay with sacrificing returns in order to understand what's in my portfolio. So I totally understand why people would say it's not a stock for a young person to own, that I'm wasting my time with the money that I put into it. Totally understand. But just for me, from my investing journey, I want Coca-Cola. I want exposure to that behemoth that is Coca-Cola. Next up, we have Altria. Now, this is one of those slow growers as well. Altria has 300, it is sitting at 43.93. I have a really big position in it, 320 shares, 14K worth of market value. Average cost is 47.27. 27.6% of the portfolio is in Altria. Today we're up about $40. Total we're down nearly $1,100 with a 7% loss. Now, guys, I get it. Just like Coca-Cola, this is one of those that you guys don't like. Sin stocks are always hated. I love the fact that it's predictable. You know, they have pricing power. Yeah, people aren't smoking as much. I get that. I've smoked myself for about a year. So, and I smoked, I personally did Camels or Lucky Strike. So it wasn't even this brand. It wasn't even this company that I funded. But I see the competitive advantage that they have. They have pricing power. Again, just like Coca-Cola, they've been in business for over 100 years. And even though I'm not in love with the product like I am with Coca-Cola, I acknowledge the fact that it brings in cash flow. And guys, honestly, sometimes I feel like it's okay to put morality aside and, you know, get some cash flow from a industry that I put money into. Now, this is where I differ from Buffett because he had an opportunity, Charlie and him talk about it in one of the meetings, to buy a smokeless tobacco or a tobacco company that produced those products. And he was asked the question, well, hey, you've owned Walmart in the past and they sold cigarettes when you owned them. So what's the difference? And he said, well, it's more of I would rather own a company that sells cigarettes secondhand, as in like a Walmart or a gas station or something like that. He's like, if people go into an establishment that, you know, sells, say, 10,000 products like a Walmart and they choose to buy cigarettes, I feel like I don't have control over that consumer. I can't choose what they buy. It's up to them. But producing the product is what he couldn't handle. He said, I'm not putting my money into dollars that I know that a product does that to people. So I understand the morality of it. It's just I smoked myself, so I want to get some cash flow out of that habit. So I understand the morality behind not wanting to own it. I understand that, you know, it might not grow as much. That's okay. I'm using this strictly for cash flow because the political side of it, the tax side of it, the advertising side of it, they can't advertise. They have huge issues when it comes to, of course, the bad publicity that they get for their products. And that just means that they can't funnel money into advertising, so they'll funnel it into my dividend. So I totally understand why people don't want to own it. I want it for the dividend. Even if it doesn't grow a lot, I like the cash flow that it provides. And that cash flow will buy Apple, T. Rowe Price, Visa, whatever I want it to. That's one of the reasons why I like the stock. Then we've got Apple. Now this is going to be the biggest position. Give it time. We have one share at $170.70 for market value. Average cost is right around $133 per share. 0.34% of the portfolio is in Apple. Today we're up 37 cents. Total we're up $38 with a 28.67% return on my single share. Now guys, I bought this with dividend income. I wish I had more cash flow coming in when I bought this, so I could have bought 5 or 10 shares, but I had to be very strategic about when I bought it because I didn't have a lot of cash flow coming in. So I do want to add to this position. I want it to be the single biggest stock position in the portfolio, but I don't want to add to it at a $38 markup, a 28% markup. I want to add it around that 140 range. So I'm going to be patient. The opportunity will come. It'll just take some time. Then we've got AbbVie. Now, this is the best performing stock in the portfolio, sitting at 161.71, down about $1.04 today, it looks like. 95 shares, $15,000 worth of market value. 95 bucks is our average cost. 30% of the portfolio is in AbbVie. Today we're down 88 bucks. Total we're up 6,300 with a near 70% return. The dividends coming in on May 15th from AbbVie at $147.25. So guys, this is a wonderful company. I've owned it for I think 4 to 5 years now. So that cash flow has grown exponentially when it comes to dividend growth, and the stock appreciation has gone off like a rocket. So I'm excited to own this. I'm just going to keep watering it. Even if I don't reinvest the dividend because of the huge markup right now, I'm not going to pay a 70% premium on this stock. So I'm just going to use the cash flow, just like I said with Altria, use the cash flow to buy something else in the portfolio that it makes sense to allocate to, something that's below my average cost. So right now I'm not interested in buying either Apple or AbbVie, simply because the stocks are way above my average cost, and I feel like I can make a better overall return putting it into something that is down right now. Next, we've got T. Rowe Price. Now, it's sitting at 110.30. We have 100 shares, $11,000 worth of market value. Average cost is right around 110 per share, so I'm barely up right now. 21% of the portfolio is in T. Rowe Price, up 73 bucks today, total up $57 with a 0.5% return. Now guys, I would happily put money into T. Rowe Price here. It's very close to my average cost, and I'm okay with adding up just a little bit. Like if Apple was sitting at like $135 or $140, I'd put money into it. If AbbVie was sitting at $99 to $100, I'd put money into it. So I don't mind. There's a range that I would not mind averaging up a little bit, but I don't want to go up that much. So I would happily buy more T. Rowe Price at these levels. In fact, I've actually looked into it. I just think there might be a better option in the not in the portfolio, but that I could add to the portfolio. Next, we've got Alphabet stock at 166.65. We got one share, so of course the market value reflects the price of the stock, 166.65. Our average cost is 155.47. 0.33% of the portfolio is in Google. We're up $2.01 today. Total, we're up $11.18 with a 7.2% return. So guys, this and Apple right now are neck and neck when it comes to portfolio size, and I'm okay with that. I think overall I want it to go Apple, Visa, Coca-Cola, and then I think it'll be Google, and I'll be either happy with Berkshire or Facebook taking that 5th spot. So I do want there to be some pretty big growth options when it comes to the portfolio. Given I'm only 28, I'm turning 29 this year, and so I've got 4 decades of investing ahead of me. So it just seems dumb not to own something like an Apple, a Facebook, or a Google to let that compound for a long time. Sorry, just got a call there. Then, of course, with Visa sitting at $270, I'm probably just going to buy a share of Visa, guys, and then I can cost on average. So I'm going to be excited to buy this tomorrow. Then we got Berkshire at $400. I'm going to that Berkshire annual Hathaway meeting this weekend, and I'm excited because I'm sure the video is going to show a memorial to Charlie, and I'm ecstatic to see, what they put in the video. Him and Buffett have been friends for decades. I think it's 50 or 60 years that they've known each other, so it's just insane how long they've been friends. They've ran Berkshire for a very long time, and I'm excited to go. So, and guys, I've gone over the stock before, but I want the insurance. I love insurance companies. I understand them thoroughly. It's just I don't want to own an insurance company outright. I've looked into Allstate, Aflac. I've owned that before. Travelers, Chubb. I've looked into Hanover. I've looked into a lot of different insurance companies, and the reason I like Berkshire more is because they have the insurance, but it's safely compacted into the conglomerate that is Berkshire. So even if they have all these other businesses, they have like Acme Brick, they have See's Candy, they have Benjamin Moore Paints, they have NetJets, flight safety simulators. They have so many different businesses. I think it's like over 70 or 80 different subsidiaries, as well as their portfolio of publicly traded companies. But that's what I want. I want somebody who knows how to run an insurance company like Berkshire, that knows how to have it allocated so they don't go into the red when it comes to premiums and underestimate, and then they have to pay out more than they make in cash flow. But if that happens, the reason I want Berkshire is because they have cash flow outside of the insurance operation. So even if they make a mistake and under quantify the amount they have to pay out, they have their dividends from companies, they have their cash flow from certain companies, they own enough, and they have free cash as well. So they have a huge cash pile. They have cash flow coming in from their dividends from their publicly traded companies as well as their privately owned companies that are fueling Berkshire. So even if they do an okay job at underwriting, they have cash flow, and they have enough cash flow coming in that it's not really going to be as turbulent as it would owning just, say, Travelers or Chubb or Aflac. So that's why I want to own Berkshire, is that extra stability. And I do think, even though I know Buffett's getting up there in age, but I think Greg Abel and Ajit Jain are going to be very good stewards of Berkshire, and I think they will run it in a similar brushstroke as Buffett and Munger did. And then, of course, guys, we have Meta. So it's up today. I wouldn't want to buy it at these prices. I want it at around 350. I might buy it at 400. But I don't want to own it at these prices. So I'm just going to be patient, just like I said with Apple, and just let it sit, and I will get a buying opportunity in the future. But I'm excited to own it. So as of right now, guys, I do want to just add a share of Visa. And then I don't know what else I'll do with the extra. Maybe you guys should vote. If there's another company you want to see me buy on the watch list that I have enough cash to buy after that Visa share, let me know. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow with another Robinhood portfolio update. Take care, guys.